Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be, how can the narcissist behave this way? Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So frequently people are questioning themselves, saying, how can another person, i.e. the narcissist, behave the way they do? How do they get away with it? Where is their moral compass? Don't they see what they're doing? Can't they improve their behaviors? Can't they change? I'll answer all these questions and so many more in the video. The first thing is how they can behave the way they behave, meaning not caring about people. It's because they don't think the way you think. They do not believe in empathy. They do not believe in love and kindness. They believe in manipulation, in confusion, in chaos, in disruption and distraction. The narcissist wants to take whatever they possibly can from anybody who is in their vicinity, and they want to give them absolutely zero. Remember, the narcissist is in competition with people. They look at people as opportunities. They look at your empathy as being weak. They look at your ability to fall in love or to love as pathetic. The narcissist weaponizes anything that makes you against you. That is why when you were in the relationship, when you first met the narcissist, most likely, they were wearing a mask. They were manipulating you. They were acting like, if it was a romantic relationship, they were acting like they loved you. Way back then, you didn't know what narcissism was because you weren't taught this in school. And you certainly do have the ability to love and to fall in love. But remember, the narcissist doesn't. All they can do is mimic back your emotions, mimic back your reactions or your actions or the words you say. If you were ever curious about the narcissist and love, when you were in that relationship, if you ever asked them this question, why do you love me? Or can you explain what love means to you? They would look at you like a deer in headlights. They would be frozen. They would not know how to answer that. And they would probably say something like, well, you know, I love you the same way you love me. Or, you know what I'm talking about. They would say something like that, but you're never going to get any substance from the narcissist. You are never going to get any originality. It's a little script that runs around in their brain. How to fake love, how to fake caring, how to fake like they're invested in the relationship, etc. And so how the narcissist can behave the way they behave, it's because they don't possess the qualities that you possess. The narcissist looks at this thing called life as one big game, a game of accumulation, a game of manipulation, and a game of acquiring whatever they can. Each and every narcissistic relationship we now know has an expiration date. Some last longer than others. Some you may say, well, the narcissist I know, it's my parent. They've been with their spouse, my mom or dad, for 45, 50 years. Well, I'm sure that that could be accurate. Point is the one person who's toxic, i.e. the narcissist, is hammering and peppering their spouse day after day, week after week, month after month. And the person who is consuming the toxicity, they are probably not only in the trauma bond, but they are most likely in that narcissistic fog so deep that they don't even know that there is a better reality or life outside of that relationship. They became accustomed to it. So what I'm saying that is, being in a narcissistic relationship for 1 minute, once you've identified that's what it is 1 minute too long. That's why you need to run for the hills to get away from these people. Go no contact, block them, etc. But other reasons why the narcissist behaves the way they behave is because they believe that they're fooling everybody. They believe that every person that they encounter, they can just put on a different mask, bat their eyelashes or show their rosy colored cheeks, whatever, or say a few words or act charming or recite the Bible or recite some scripture or recite something from the latest novel that's out, and that they will be received warmly and welcomed. This is what the narcissist does. This is why when you first meet these people, usually, not always, there's something about them. There's an allure, a charm. There's something about the way they carry themselves. And each and every narcissist by no means is an Adonis or a beautiful person. I'm talking on the physicality part, the aspects. I'm talking about physical beauty. The narcissist can come at you in any shape, form, size, color, ethnicity. They can speak any language. But what the narcissist usually does to new people is they want to wear the mask and act like they are the best thing since sliced bread. And when you met the narcissist, you too thought that they were the best thing since sliced bread. But they were wearing a mask. They were trying to get close to you. They were learning about you. They were letting you overshare. They were letting you explain your past relationships with your romantic interests, your parents, your siblings, your colleagues, coworkers, neighbors, friends from years ago, etc. They wanted you to just have verbal diarrhea, if you will, to let them know everything, because they were storing this in their tiny little pea brain. They were storing all the information away, just like a robot would, and they would pull it out at a later date to weaponize this against you. And this is another reason why the narcissist can behave the way they do. because they don't want growth. They don't want abundance. They don't want togetherness. They don't want unity. They want I, me, me, me. There is no we in these relationships. The we went out the window the minute you met them. And you didn't know it back then because, again, you weren't taught this in school. But you realized over time, the longer that relationship developed and it went on, you were giving more and more and more. And this person was taking more and more and more. And they were giving you less and less and less. And what you wanted was more than less from them. But they can't give what they don't have, and they won't give anything if you want it. Example, let's say when you were in the relationship, you wanted to spend time with the narcissist. Okay, well, first of all, you didn't know they were a narcissist, but you wanted to spend quality time. Well, if they knew that, they were going to pull back and not give it to you. It's so remedial. It's so simple to understand once you see it, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you've experienced it and you process things and you slow your life down, you really understand that these people have a lot of challenges, multiple upon multiple layers of challenges. It's not just narcissism. They are addiction freaks. They are people that are adrenaline junkies many times. They're stuck on their smartphones, plural. They can never sit still. They're always on the go. They're always planning things. They're always breaking plans. They're always looking for the next new shiny object. They're always looking to discard or end relationships. They're always looking to enter new relationships. They are at times looking to recycle past relationships. But how the narcissist behaves the way they do, it's because they flat out don't care about anybody other than themselves. They do not care about their children. They do not care about their spouses. They do not care about their parents, etc. So many times during one-on-one sessions I will have with people, the term parental alienation comes up. And that means it's when the narcissist or a toxic person is not allowing a parent or a sibling or a grandparent or somebody to see the kids or the grandkids. And this is a very challenging place to be when you're being parental alienated. Specifically, if you had kids or were a stepdad or mom, or you were close with the kids or grandkids, then all of a sudden the rug is pulled out from underneath you and you can't have access to them. Why do you think a human being would do that? I'll tell you why they would do it. Because they can, and because they want to twist the knife in deeper into you to make sure you don't see the kids and build healthy, strong relationships or bonds. Number two, they want to break the relationship and the bond that you had created with them and built with them. Number three, they probably had a new source of supply who was going to do more for them than you were doing. In other words, you were probably running low on money or time or something. Number four could be because the kids were getting older. And number five could be because they know it's going to inflict as much damage, not only upon you, but upon the children. You see, the narcissist many times wants to recreate the next generation of narcissism by showing poor behavior, by tolerating poor behavior, by not having boundaries, by not having any accountability for the children's poor behavior. In other words, the kids, the parents, i.e. the narcissist, the parents that have children, then the parents are the narcissist, they don't put up any boundaries or rules for the kids. They let the kids do whatever they want to. And these kids grow up to feel entitled and that they can do this throughout life. Well, that's not the case, because that's not how reality is. Now, you may think, well, that's the kids I'm thinking about. They can do anything they want to. Yeah, they can. Until when? Until they can't, because they too will meet their match, whoever it is, whenever it is. But the point being is the narcissist by no means is the parent of the year. So because they know they are not the parent of the year, they will try to parental alienate you. Now, I hope you understand all I'm sharing with you. This goes back to why how can the narcissist behave this way? It's because they're trying to destroy lives. They're trying to steal people's money. They're trying to ruin people's holidays and birthdays and vacations. They are trying to instill and or administer the smear campaign to anybody who will listen to it. And the flying monkeys, the enablers, the yes people, all the people that surround themselves or the narcissist surrounds themselves with, most of these people will be targets eventually. Most of these people, if not all of them, are being used up. And they too will meet the juggernaut. In other words, they'll have the target on their back one day, 1 week, 1 month, at one point, and they will realize that all of the smear campaign that they've been dishing out about you, it's going to come back to haunt them, because they've now become a target, because perhaps they put up a boundary or said something or saw some poor behavior themselves and called out the narcissist. This is what happens. It's happening right now. It's happening tonight. It's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to happen on and on and on, because more and more people are becoming awakened and aware. And not only people that have been in the narcissistic abusive cycle, but I'm talking your average people. People are now understanding a little bit more, not fully the way you can understand or myself, but they're understanding what gaslighting is, what the silent treatment is, what the smear campaign is, etc. And my hope is these people haven't experienced these behaviors, but some people are now able to now wrap their head around what some terms are. They may not have the experiences, but they have the terms, and this is a good thing, because education is what we need. We need to spread the word. We need to raise the awareness. We need to continue to fight each and every day, and we need to battle the toxic narcissistic people. Yeah, they're everywhere, but the point being is how they behave the way they behave. It's because they believe that they're above the law. They believe that the rules don't apply to them. They believe that people are not intelligent and they won't figure them out. They believe that other people will continue to give them chances or opportunities. They also believe that if they play the victim card, that people will buy into their false narrative and the rhetoric. Oh, I have it so difficult, or oh, I lost my job, or oh, I have no money, or can you just give me, let me stay in the apartment for another 7 months, or can you just let me have the car for a couple weeks? This is what the narcissist thinks. They think over and over and over again, if they continue to bombard people with 15 requests, that if they get even one, it's one more than they had before. You see, the narcissist is playing the numbers game. It's almost as if it's a lottery. Who will be fortunate enough to spend time or be in the narcissistic relationship is how the narcissist presents themselves. The truth of the matter is, once one person enters the relationship and it's with a narcissist, you didn't win anything. You got a ticket to Destructionsville. You got a one-way ticket to hell and back. And that is why I created my channel, because there were so many sleepless nights. There were so many very challenging experiences I had to go through, and many people shared their experiences with me during one-on-one sessions. And my hope is you are out of the narcissistic abusive cycle. You have healed, or you are well on the healing path, and you're putting yourself back together, because you do come first, second, and third. You are the priority. And if you haven't, or if you're about to, or if you did rise through the ashes like a phoenix and put yourself back together, you now know that you are at that pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference, and you are in rarefied air. You've healed, or you are healing. And you now know that these people will behave however they want to behave, and they don't care at all. What they want is to continue to throw as many darts at the board to see how many will stick. And if they get one or two people trapped in that loop of misery and manipulation, i.e. the narcissistic abusive cycle, well, that's one or two more than they had yesterday. And they keep on accumulating people. They keep on accumulating souls. They keep on accumulating money. They keep on accumulating time. They keep on accumulating relationships. And while they're doing that, with one hand, the other hand, they are trying to break the spell of being a good human being and a steadfast, honest person, because they don't have any of these good qualities in them. They want to continue to cast negative spells and destroy their children's lives. This is what the narcissist does. They are a ticking time bomb. They're a wrecking ball. They're a bull in a china shop, and they flat out don't care about anybody. So a couple more examples before I close the video. Maybe you are and or were on an airplane once and you heard somebody be belligerent. Why do you think that person was belligerent? Well, there could be a couple reasons, but one reason could be because he or she can throw a temper tantrum in an airplane at 30,000 feet, and they can get all the supply from the steward or stewardess or the captain or pilot or whoever's on the plane. You see, they want to make it about them. They don't want people to have a peaceful flight, whether it's 20 minutes away or 30 hours away. If they can disrupt people's energy, they will do it. And they cannot stand the magic word no. When you say no to something or someone, you are saying yes to yourself. But that is the kryptonite of the narcissist. They don't want to hear that. They can't tolerate it, because in their little brain, the little script that runs around, it's all about them, and everyone else is just an extra in their little Hollywood movie that goes around and around and around. Another example would be, let's say the narcissist is at the restaurant and they're complaining to the wait staff that there's 3 ice cubes in their drink when there should be 2. Well, would an average human being do that? No, they would take one of the ice cubes out, and now they have 2, and it's no big thing. But the narcissist needs to make it about them. They need to ruin the waiters or waitress's evening. They need to complain. They need to get the attention of the restaurant on them, and they need to blow up the dinner with you. This is how only one narcissist can blow up so many people's experiences. And this is what happens over and over and over again. Same thing with the workplace bully. Think about that. Maybe the narcissist was your boss, and they know you're a great employee and you're doing a great job, etc. And they promised you, if you just meet the deadline this year, you're going to get a raise or a bonus or whatever, and you meet it. It's time to get the raise, the bonus, whatever, and they're like, I don't remember saying that. When I come back from vacation for 2 months in Tahiti, we can talk about it then. And you're like, but wait, I have bills to pay, and you told me it would be this month. And they're like, well, I'll talk to you later. Oh, and by the way, you're working this weekend because so-and-so isn't around, and I'll talk to you in a couple months after I get back, but good job, thank you. This is what the narcissist does. They want to destroy your time. They want to use whatever they can to manipulate people and to blow up their mornings, their evenings, their weekends, etc. There's a term called bookends that I created or came up with not too long ago. And think about this, and if it resonates, drop comments. Workplace bully or the narcissist, whomever you want to call, or both, many times they use bookends. And what I mean by this is If it's Friday at 4 or 5 when you're getting out of work, they will usually do something to disrupt your energy, so that Friday night is blown up and that leads into your weekend. And if they did that a couple times, now they know that you have an Achilles heel, which is Friday at 5, they're going to start doing things, or making you stay late, or have a meeting at 5:30 when you live an hour and a half away from the office, but you have to have the meeting because you need the job, etc. Or that's one bookend. The other bookend would be Sunday night in the evening after dinner, after you've had a relaxing weekend. Maybe they will text you or call you and say, hey, need you in the office tomorrow. Oh, and by the way, here's so-and-so's report, 30 pages. Go through it tonight. I know you can do it. Tell me what the update is so I can prepare for my meeting tomorrow. And thanks. Well, you won't get a thanks, but so those are bookends. So what I'm saying is they want to blow up the beginning of your weekend, and they want to blow up the beginning of your week, which is at the end of the weekend. These are the narcissistic bookend blow-ups, and these happen every weekend. But they're not exclusive to weekends. It's just something that is a pattern that I've identified, and so many other patterns I've identified over the years. But when you have somebody who's trying to blow up your weekend, Friday at 5 or 6 o'clock, whatever time you get out of work, that's on purpose. And it's the same thing when it's a Sunday evening, when you're supposed to be unwinding and having a slow, relaxing day or whatever you're doing. If that person's popping up again and it can't wait till Monday, you have a screaming, toxic, narcissistic person on your hands. Understand what I'm sharing with you. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. I love you all. God bless you. And I will talk to you tomorrow. And how can the narcissist behave that way? Remember, the number one reason is they don't care. Number two, many times the narcissist's poor behavior is actually rewarded. Yes, it is. Now, it may not be rewarded in the household, but it may be rewarded in the public eye, if you get my point. This is not good. We should not be rewarding poor behavior. We should not be tolerating toxicity. We should not be anywhere near a narcissist. We should not be applauding poor behavior. We should be going no contact, not laughing at crude jokes, not surrounding ourselves with toxic people. And we should be having boundaries. And we should insulate and protect ourselves with those loved and trusted ones around us that benefit us, that are in two-way reciprocal relationships. Once you come through the narcissistic abusive cycle and you heal properly, you understand that there's so much abundance out there just waiting for you. And the narcissist was trying to have you not accomplish or achieve or attain any of the abundance. Quite the opposite. They wanted to actually squash you and crush you and not have you exist. But the thing is you put yourself back together, and here you are. And you are now in rarefied air. You're either at the pinnacle of indifference or you are headed towards there. Remember this, we are all on the healing path, headed in the same direction, simply taking different footsteps. Continue moving forward each and every day. Continue believing in yourself. Realize and understand that you are stronger than you know. And don't stop. Don't ever stop. Don't quit. Don't ever quit. I love you all, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.